Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I am plumbobd, and today we are starting off part 2 of our Michaelsons rebuild. Not a series, but rebuilding the Michaelsons house. If you missed part 1, I'm gonna leave the link in the corner of the screen up now. That's where we build the exterior, and today we are moving on to the interior. Now, this video would have been super long if I did not furnish part of it on my own, like off of camera. For example, I've done all of the bathrooms and the guest bedrooms and the hallway. I've also slightly pre-picked furniture in order to be able to move along with the build very quickly, because this house is super huge. And also another thing I wanted to mention is that in between my recordings we had a new expansion pack coming out, so in case you missed it, we have gotten the Horse Ranch expansion pack, which coincidentally has a lot of kind of French rustic farmhousey stuff, and I was super excited to try it out, and I will give you my opinion in a few minutes when we start seeing some of the furniture from the Horse Ranch pack. But I just wanted to say that in case you see the UI of my build mode become yellow, it's because in the meantime I got the new expansion pack and I got all of the new items, and I hadn't checked them out before recording, so it's kind of discovering the items together. In fact, you will probably see me scroll through some swatches of some items that I'm particularly interested in, or like pull out of the catalog some items just because I don't want them to keep the yellow star as if they are a new item. Another thing that this expansion pack meant for me is that my mods, of course, stopped working. Well, not all of them, because most of them I could have updated, or like I have updated them. It's just that my most important one has not been updated yet, which is the Better Build and Buy mod. In case you don't know what mods are, those are basically pieces of code that is made by external people, so not the Sims team, and you can on your own risk put them in your game. It's usually super safe, like there's no actual risk if you download it from trusted sources, but yeah, it's basically content that is not supported, which is also the reason why the Sims team usually, every time there's a new patch or a new expansion pack coming out, they usually automatically deactivate your mods, and you have to manually go into the game settings and reactivate them. If you go back on Google and you look for the same exact mod, most of the modders nowadays update their mods super quickly, unless it's like a mod that doesn't need update. For example, I have one mod that fixes the dine out pack, and since the new pack doesn't touch any of the dine out code, I don't need to update it. But yeah, so basically this Better Build and Buy mod that I'm talking about, it's my favorite mod of all times, because it makes building so much easier and so much better, just generally. You basically can, for example, like shift click on lights from build mode and change the color of the lighting without any problems. You can also, oh my god, what else can you do? You could go in tab mode directly from build and buy, but that's a new game feature. You have the organized debug, so all of the catalog is organized. You can copy and paste debug objects. I don't know, like I cannot build without it, and in fact, now that you are seeing me place the decor in the kitchen, that's the time where I got the actual Better Build and the actual expansion pack. In fact, you see my UI being yellow. yeah, you will see me struggle quite a bit, especially for example in this build where I wasn't pleased with the quality of the lighting, because if you use the spotlights, they are quite cold. Yeah, it's quite a cold light, and I wanted to have much warmer light. The thing is, if you set, you can go back into live mode and set the lights to be a specific color and then go back into build mode, but every time you copy and paste a new light, it like places with the original lighting that that light was designed with, so without your modifications. And as you probably know by now, if you have been following me for a while, when I start building a house, you see those big spotlights that I have all over the house. It's just for me to have light all over the house, but also to remember to delete it and replace it with a light that I want in the position that I want. Because if I did it like some people that I know, or like some YouTubers that I know, they just place random microscopic spotlights all over the house, I will never be able to see them, and I absolutely will leave them there, and then I will wonder why my walls look so washed out, for example. So yeah, that's why I use those big spotlights, but that also means that each room I did, also I had to kind of you know, copy and paste a new light, a small spotlight, and just go back into live mode, change the light from live mode, and go back into build and buy, which made me miss my mods so much. But yeah, so as I said, you have seen me play around with some of the horse wrench stuff, and that's super cool. That's a super cool stuff. I like it. I just have a couple of thoughts. I Yesterday I think I watched a speed build from Hey Harry, where she gave her opinion, where she gave us her opinion about the new pack and the build and buy that's contained in it. And she said something that like I didn't understand until I saw the items for myself, and that's this pack is very rustic. The swatches of the build and buy stuff, it's usually very worn down, and when I got this pack initially I was super excited because I said I am building a farmhouse. This is gonna be perfect. Like this ranch stuff, this ranch style is gonna fit super well in my style of build, or like the current style that I'm building this house in. Then when I actually got the pack, I was somewhat disappointed. I think that all of the stuff looks beautiful, but it looks beautiful only in the context of the horse ranch pack and the new world of Chestnut Ridge. Especially like the wood textures, they are so detailed, they almost look alpha. So if you don't know the difference, like when we talk about, for example, custom content, we have the alpha style custom content and the maxis match style custom content. Maxis match is what you see in the game right now, like what's produced by Maxis in the art style that's a bit cartoony. Alpha is much more realistic, and also I would say a little bit more leaning towards Sims 3 style. So that's kind of the vibe that this furniture is giving me. It's super detailed, and in my opinion doesn't really fit the rest of the game. Like I struggled quite a bit to find a way to use it, for one because most of the swatches were super dirty, and second because they don't really fit the game. Like now if you see, I have used the bed from Horse Ranch in my game, and right beside it I have placed a Snow Escape side table. They look like two completely different games. So I don't know what the Sims team has done in this case. I guess good for them, because like I can tell they probably did put a lot of effort in creating these items, but I will have a hard time using these items outside of the pack, and I will probably maybe next week try to build a house with only base game and horse ranch, or like try to mix it, but like, you know, mainly using horse ranch stuff to buy to create a new house, and I will probably build it in Chestnut Ridge just to have an idea of what this pack can offer, because from this house I was quite disappointed, but I kind of want to wait before giving you my full opinion. But so far I am on the fence. Like, items look super good, but I feel like they don't fit the game. So I see a lot of game changers there. It's not the game changing program anymore, it's called the Creator Network program. So like big YouTubers, big Sims YouTubers, that they all praise the build and buy, and I agree with them on some things, but I also feel like maybe since when they get early access for the packs, they usually have a game version that only contains base game plus the expansion pack. I feel like they did not have the chance to notice how disconnected these items feel from the rest of the game. But I would love to know your opinion on this topic, so let me know in the comments down below. And also, just in case, if you like this video at any point, remember to comment, like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, whatever. It really helps the channel out. And also follow me on all of my social media, the links are in the description down below. But let's talk a little bit about the build, because I talk only about horse ranch and my issues with horse ranch and the update and mods without talking about the house at all. So I guess you saw the interior. It's as I said in my previous part, I wanted to use lots of warm wood tones, but also keep it quite, you know, Pinteresty. So this is what I have done. I really like the end result. In the ground floor we have a living room with a kind of like reading nook, which I feel like is super cute. We have two kind of how are they called, guest rooms. The name wasn't coming to my mind, and you will see one of them in the screenshots, so stay tuned for the screenshots to see the guest bedrooms if you haven't picked at them while I was building the ground floor. For sure, they are not the most interesting part of the house, but they are really cool. And they also are the two guest rooms I have made basically identical. They are in a different shape, but I've used the exact same furniture, just because like with this big of a lot and with this much detail that I put in this house, my game was lagging so much. I feel like you can also tell from the speed build that the recording is not super fluid, and I'm sorry about that. It's just I really wanted to build a nice house and not have it be empty. I also know I made some mistakes while building this house. For example, I know for sure in the nursery I have forgot to color a wall, or like not forgot, it's just I thought that I was alt painting all the walls and it just wasn't working. So I didn't work for one piece of the wall, so I will have to fix it, but I also have to fix a lot more stuff. For example, the on this floor we have some kind of ivy from my school years peeking through the floor slash ceiling. So I will have to get it sorted with the tool mod, but again my mods were broken, so I did not have access to the tool mod. Hopefully, well, it's not hopefully, like when I will have my mods fixed, I will fix this build and then post it on the gallery. It's super cool, but I am warning you, if your computer, my computer is a gaming laptop, and so if your computer is not a super powerful gaming computer, I don't think this slot is for you, because it's lagging so much. And for what? It's lagging so much for what? It's literally, yes, it's a big house with lots of items, but my computer should be able to handle it. So I don't know if maybe it's the new expansion pack that's doing this to me. I guess we will see. But yeah, so ground floor I mentioned, yeah, we also have the entryway, the kitchen with a dining room. We also have a small office because I figured the two parents work from home sometimes. They are both in a tech career, so I think they would probably work from home sometimes. So that's why I built an office for them. We have a kind of play corner and another sitting area on the ground floor. Then upstairs we have the kids bedroom, or the kid bedroom, Atlas bedroom, which is kind of very nature and animal themed. I think in the future he will want to be a vet. Then we have the gaming room for the two parents. It was also in the original house and I just tried to make it better. We have the nursery and we have several bathrooms plus the master bedroom. But anyway, screenshots should be coming up, so please like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell if you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you all in my next speed build. Goodbye!